thought I was gonna be late, didn't you?
Girl, you always late.
But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. 2020. You know, let's take a toast to that because I was on time.
I'm proud of you because you're never on time.
Shade. So what's up? Nothing, girl. I went to this event yesterday, and it was a really good event. You know, it wasn't your typical empowerment event or whatever. So it was a bunch of creators and designers getting together to talk about our journey and what we learned or whatever. And one of the girls, actually, the one who put it together, she's from Irvington, New Jersey, which was cool. Like,
really?
Yes, I was like, oh, she's a Jersey girl like us. So, to be here in Atlanta now and to meet other creators from where we're from, where you feel like a crab in a barrel, it was just amazing to me.
That's crazy, because why every time we meet somebody from like Jersey, but when we was in Jersey, we
didn't
know nobody.
Right, like where was y'all at? Where was the sisterhood then?
Right.
It was just, super amazing to be around that energy. So, yeah, and then she was talking about how she came here 5 years ago, and I'm like, wow, like
it's been 5 years for us.
Yes,
for both
5 years
of us.
of being here in Atlanta, and I'm like, wow, and just to see the growth and the transition is amazing. So
5 years, I can't believe it's been 5
yes,
years.
remember how we met?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
in Jersey. At your fashion show.
At my fashion show, child. Don't remind me because I need to do another one, Lord.
Yes, you do. You need to do an Atlanta one up.
I do.
But 5 years, yes. I don't know how I met Jessica, and I was helping her out, and then that's when she's like, you got me out with this girl fashion show, blah, blah, blah. And then when she was like, I'm like, cousin she?
My husband now.
Mr. Walker. So when we first met, I was like, oh, she's so dope or whatever like that. And then after that, what happened? You just ended up in Atlanta, though.
No, you moved to Atlanta.
I was already in Atlanta. You know, I flew to your fashion show.
Because just so happened, you knew my husband.
Yes.
I knew your fiance soon-to-be husband. So it was just super weird. Like, wow, that we were just aligned. And then you were in Atlanta. And then you ended up, which was so dope for me. And, like, I'll always cherish you to this day, is the fact that you flew, used your money and flew all the way back to Newark for my fashion show. And I'm like, oh, she's super dope. We definitely got to connect when I moved to Atlanta because I was still in the iffy stage of if I was going to go. And you were already here.
Yeah.
And we came and, you started your business. I remember we was at the Honeycomb Hideout.
I think so.
Me, you, and Sierra. And you had like 3 bracelets. And you was like, here, girls. And like to see your business expand to 5,000 bracelets at a time. Child, get the money. Go get the money.
You play too much. But no, 5 years ago, it don't feel like 5 years. It feels like yesterday.
It does.
Because in Jersey, I was a medical coder at Beth Israel.
I remember, and I kept telling you, quit that job.
Because I was able to bring it here, and everybody could have realized, like, oh, you work from home? And I'm like, yeah, I work from home. And so I was like, they let you bring your job down here? And I'm like, yeah, I was able to, 11 years, I was able to work from home. But then we moved out here. Andre was the reason we moved out here. Because before that, we didn't know each other. And he wanted to come out here for real estate. And I was like, I'm not moving out here. I'm not leaving my family. I'm staying in North for the rest of my life.
Take that leap of faith.
Yeah, so he was the one that brought us down here. And once he brought us down here, it's like our whole lives changed.
It changed.
And that's crazy.
I feel like you have no choice but to level up and change because you're in a foreign place where
now,
it's like, because, Housewives of Atlanta brought me here, first of all.
I can't.
It sounds cliche, but I was just looking.
I'm not.
I need to have my dresses and them, and them events, they out here or whatever.
If you look at it like that, yeah.
Yes, and like I said, I just felt like I wasn't progressing in Jersey. So
I started to feel, you know what it was? I was about 30, and I felt like I was going through a midlife crisis.
What I'm going through right now?
Oh, stop. And my mother was like, girl, you'll be 50 when you go through midlife crisis. And I'm like, well, I'm having one now. Because I felt like in Jersey, I know my grandmother had just passed, and it was a lot going on family-wise. Things was changing, and I wasn't used to that because we're a very close-knit family. So I felt like I would get up, go to work, maybe go to the mall, come home.
Right.
So I felt like, is this how life supposed to be? Something always said, like, something ain't right.
It's more, yeah.
And then I met Mr. Shippy, and then he was like, well, Andre, so that's my nickname for him. So he was like, teaching me other ways, like
of how to
branch out. It's a world out here, like other than that. I feel like the entrepreneur world and the 9-to-5 world is two different like globes. And some people, they stay in this globe. Other people might venture out like we did and go into the entrepreneur world. But once you get into it, you like, oh, wait a minute, what is this?
Right, it's just something, because people always ask me, like, how did you get to Atlanta? And I'm like, honestly, I've always been that person, though, that just feel like, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just do it. And she, on the other hand, he's like, no, because we were actually going to break up and just be like, listen, we going to figure out how to raise Chase. from different states because I had this dream and this vision that I felt like I was chasing. And again, being in New Jersey, I just felt like I wasn't getting that support that I saw that was given to others that was around me. So I just felt like I need to try something different. And after, with my best friend living here, it made it easy because she was like, come, like just come. I think you will flourish out here.
We have no family here.
And when we came, I came first actually.
Yeah,
and I left she to chase.
Yes. I remember when we was living at the apartment in Roswell, and you came in your car, and it was just you and Chase.
Literally packed my car up.
Yes,
packed my car up with my belongings and drove to Atlanta 7 a.m. and got here about 7, 8 in the evening. And was like, crazy. I'm going to figure it out. I'm never going back to Jersey.
And we ain't had no clue what was going on.
No clue what to do. And I was literally figuring out. I went through the trials and errors of just like working with different stylists and working with different boutiques and people that just didn't work out and just weren't good people at the time, to now to build this brand. Because remember, I was Diamond Cut Couture, my first clothing line.
I remember them shirts.
Lord, it was so ghetto. Child.
At the time, I thought it was cute, but since we
Diamond, why Chase say to me the other day, I had one of the shirts on. He said, "Mommy, you spelled diamond wrong. It has a V and it's supposed to be an A." And I'm like,
mind your business.
I'm like, that was my clothing line. Mind your business. So to be here now, like at Esden Collection, is like just truly a dream come true that I feel like I'm still working on and still grinding to make bigger. So yeah, like it's been a journey in Atlanta. Atlanta has been good to me though. I would say that.
A lot of people say that because I know recently we had a couple friends and stuff like that, people we know, and they've been out here for less than 5 months and they back in Jersey.
And they go back to Jersey. Yeah,
and
I'm like, you gotta stick it out. Trust me, we've been through that. Like I've been completely broke. Okay.
Don't use that word. That's a curse word.
You're right. Okay. I had to work myself out of some financial situation. We had to transition.
But we all do. It's just a matter of how you react to the situation. So that's how we got into, everybody acts like, oh, how you so positive? I ain't always been as positive.
Sometimes you want to say.
Right? Yeah, oh, I do. I'm like, fuck this shit. And I'm over it. And that's it. So, but no. So what happened was in Jersey, when I was a medical coder, Andres, we both worked at the hospital. My whole family works at the hospital. So I was working at the hospital. Andres working at the hospital. And
I didn't know he worked at the hospital.
Yes, he did. And then Buddy got locked up. So he got locked up and his case was out here in Atlanta. It's just crazy how the universe works.
Yeah.
And so he was had halfway house time or whatever have you, and he came home with The Secret. And I'm like, I had this book, I lie to you not. The book is on my counter in India somewhere. It was on my counter and I never read it. He came home with the DVD. I mean, he said we're gonna watch it on Netflix. Watch The Secret. And then from then on, it was like tunnel vision, how you manifest, change your mindset. Because then right after that, it was like I had took the class with Sean. And
that's how you got into changing your hobby
into
your business.
I used to always crochet, be styling and didn't know I was styling.
Remember the big scarf?
Right.
The chunky scarf?
So I was in Jersey, took Sean class at New York Fashion Week time. And it's crazy because when you learn the secret and how you change your mindset, you change your life, like that really works. But sometimes when you get into times when you kind of like a little depressed and down, you forget those times. Yeah. So now that you brought that up, it just made me feel like, oh wait, I gotta get it back. You gotta snatch it back up.
And you my spiritual guru. I be calling Tasha. I be like, hey, good girlfriend, I ain't trying to call you with this bad energy, but yeah.
Let Andre have it. He be like, ooh, you is not positive.
Yes,
but I be trying.
I do. I be like you are my positive guru because I be having the moments, and I feel like now like. Being like one of the ladies asked me yesterday, we went around the table and she was just like, how old are you? And I was like, I didn't want to say. I was like 31, and she like 30. I'm going through a midlife crisis. I just felt like
I said I was 30 when I thought I was going through mine.
And I took 30 hard. Like when I turned 30, I was like, I'm just gonna go to Paris. It's gonna make me feel better. But coming back, I was still in this funk of just like. Dang, I'm 30 and I'm still not where I want to be.
But now
and I think we take it hard.
Maybe we was just being too hard on ourselves.
That too, but yeah, again, because I have to look at it too, like of where I've come, like coming from Jersey and sticking it out.
You need to remember
here in Atlanta, right? And looking at the accomplishments, the people I've dressed, the places I've gone, the things I've been on. It's like you have to look at those things to remind yourself.
Not forget about it. We are like the same because we don't like to what they call it. I don't like bragging and I don't like looking like
I don't call myself no celebrity
designer
or anything.
That's exactly. I don't know what you call that, but that's what it is. And then I know people tell us all the time like, oh, you had name dropping and stuff.
Right.
I don't
Clout.
like to
They
do
call
that.
it clout now.
Right. I don't like to do all of that. But my resume will speak for itself.
And sometimes, like, it's even too, like, with social media, like, it's such.
Because when we was living in Jersey, it wasn't nothing.
It wasn't none of that. It wasn't really.
It was
Instagram, but it wasn't like it is now.
Oh yeah, I was.
It wasn't like it is. So it's like you look at things like you post something. Maybe you had some person or a client you work with, or a photo shoot, or your brand profile, or something that you posted maybe 14 weeks ago. 14 weeks ago to now, we look at it like, dang, I ain't do nothing since 14 weeks.
Instead of being grateful.
Like, I did that, like, you know, whatever. So I think that's what
true.
I had to take a look at and just say, like, look at what I did, regardless if it was 14 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's something that I did that's still present and still speaks for my resume,
That's
as you
true.
said, and things like that.
Yeah, because
So,
like I said, I can't believe, I'm about to be 35, and I'm not ashamed. I just feel like I've been hard on myself because I'm not where I thought I was going to be.
yeah.
But when I look back, like you say, I can't believe it's been 5 years. I was a medical coder for 11 years. And then for people that be like, oh, you sure you want to be an entrepreneur? I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just knew that it was more to life than just doing an everyday 9 to 5. And then, bam, what happened? When I moved out here, I was still working from home, but I still was working with Shun.
Yeah.
Because I was able to intern for her. I was able to become her assistant. And then as that started changing and everything, and I started working on my own business with Stylish Eye Diva, the Good Vibe bracelets, all that stuff.
It just all came together.
Right. But then it's crazy because I manifested getting laid off.
Yeah, I remember you said, I was like, girl, you going to leave that job.
Everybody was waiting for me to just quit. And I'm like, I was scared. But God was like, oh, no, I'm about to fix you. So
right.
I got laid off. And it's so crazy because in January, me and Andre had did like, I don't know, not a vision board, but like a vision album, like an album. And we put our pictures in the album of, you know, what we want for the year.
Yeah.
And I had wrote on the calendar March, I don't know, I got to look at my phone, March 9th or something like that I was going to put my 2 weeks in. Because I was going to be respectful. I wasn't just going to be like, I'm out of here.
I quit.
And so I put that on the calendar, but I didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I'm good for that. I usually don't tell people stuff because I like to be like set in stone, like this is
really happening. Yeah.
I don't like to look like a liar and stuff like that. So I put that on the calendar. So darn if they came, I think like the week before my name was written on the calendar, they came like, oh, y'all laid off, but y'all got to work until April 6th.
And it was okay, so it was a little bit after your original deadline, but it still happened.
Right. So I'm just like, but why I still got work though?
Right. I don't work here. And then it's like for me, like you know that they say like when you work at a job, you be like 18 with an old best friend.
Yep.
I had an old best friend.
I had all the best friends. No, actually I'm lying. Them ladies couldn't stand me.
I had an old best friend, Vicky. I miss Miss Vicky. And I was coming here because when I came here, I didn't even have work. Like I just came and was like, I literally had $600. And I packed my BMW up and was like, we gonna go, whatever, and we gonna figure it out. But I ended up, my job that I had in New Jersey where I was working for security.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they ended up sending some work down here that I got a job. And it worked out. But I was at work every day sketching.
Right.
I'm better than this. Tyler Perry needs to call me, okay? And Miss Vicky, she was like, you don't belong here. And I was like, I got
those. One time my head boss called me in the office and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm about to get rid of I used to stay doing PTO, all this stuff. I used to be cutting up. So
everything they try to get fired.
Everything trying to get, they just would not fire me. So she called me in the office and she was just like, we just want to know, like, why do you work in the medical field? You belong like on Project Runway. And I was just like, what? They're like, yeah, you just come in here fashionable. You done cut up a couple girl shirts and stuff like that. Like, why do you work here? And I was like, oh, because that's just what I was taught to do.
Yeah, and I was like, because we were taught that way that you have to get a job. Like, I feel like even to this day, like, my mom still doesn't understand me being an entrepreneur because she said to me the other day, like, when she came down here, she was like, when you going to get a job? And I was like, I'm not working at nobody's job.
First of all, this is my job.
Exactly. Mom. Respect what I do. Respect my hustle. And, so, like, it just so happened that something happened with Chase. It was at his school or something.